Rich versus broke, how they handle money differently. Why is it that two people can earn the exact same salary, but one builds wealth while the other lives paycheck to paycheck? Why do some people see $100 as a seed to plant and others see it as money to burn? The answer? It's not just about income, it's about how you think about money. It's your beliefs, your habits, your emotional triggers. Because money isn't just numbers, it's mindset. And if you don't understand how your mindset is shaping your finances, you'll keep repeating the same mistakes, even if you get a raise. Today, we're going deep into the real differences between how the rich and the broke handle money. Not the surface level stuff. Not the social media fluff, but the actual day-to-day decisions and philosophies that quietly shape their financial future. We'll explore how they earn, spend, save, invest, and how they handle fear, risk, and failure. You'll learn
We boop pity boop the top. What happens?
why rich people don't just earn money, they multiply it. Why the broke avoid debt and the rich use it. How one group trades time for money while the other trades money for time. And the most surprising one, how they view losses. But here's the kicker. None of this matters if you don't apply it. So throughout this video, ask yourself, do I think like the rich or like the broke? Because once you understand the differences, you'll have the power to flip the script. Let's break down the money moves that actually separate the rich from the broke, starting with the single most powerful difference, your beliefs about money. Mindset and beliefs about money. Most people think being broke is about not having money. But in reality, it's often about having the wrong beliefs about money. Ask a broke person what they think about money, and you might hear, money is the root of all evil. Rich people are greedy. If I make more, I'll just lose more. Now ask a rich person. You'll hear, money is a tool. Money gives you options. The more I earn, the more I can do for others. That's the core difference. Belief systems. The broke mindset sees money emotionally tied to fear, guilt, or identity. They're uncomfortable talking about it. Spending feels like a reward. Saving feels like deprivation. Investing too risky. They associate money with stress, scarcity, and shame. The rich mindset sees money strategically. It's a game. It's a resource. It's not about hoarding. It's about leveraging. They don't fear money. They respect it. They've trained themselves to think in terms of value creation, not just survival. Let's break it down even further. The broke mindset waits for money to show up. The rich mindset goes and creates it. The broke mindset says, I can't afford it. The rich mindset asks, how can I afford it? One thinks in terms of scarcity, that there's never enough. The other operates from abundance, that value can always be created. Here's a quick story. Two kids grow up in the same neighborhood. One is told, we can't afford that. Money doesn't grow on trees. The other hears, let's figure out how to earn that. Fast forward 20 years. One's still waiting for a raise, the other's building income streams. Same zip code. Different belief system. Radically different life. Here's the truth, you'll never outperform your mindset. If you believe money is bad, you'll subconsciously push it away. But if you believe money is a tool for growth, opportunity, and service, you'll start making different decisions. And those decisions? They don't just change your bank account. They change your life. How they earn income. Here's a truth bomb. How you earn your money is often more important than how much you earn. Most broke people trade time for money. They work hourly jobs or fixed salaries, If they want to earn more, they have to work more hours. That's a linear equation, more time equals more money. But time is limited. Rich people don't think linearly, they think leverage. Their goal isn't to work more. It's to build systems that generate income without constant effort. Let's break this down. A broke person asks, how much does it pay per hour? A rich person asks, how much can this scale? Can it work while I sleep? That's why the rich pursue income streams like businesses, investments, royalties, online asset, real estate. They build assets that produce cash flow, not just jobs that pay wages. Here's a key distinction. Broke people often rely on a single source of income. If that job disappears, everything collapses. The rich build multiple streams, so if one slows down, the others keep flowing. Let's visualize it like this. The broke are running on a treadmill, always moving but stuck in place. The rich are building an engine, slow at first, but once it runs without them. And this shift doesn't require millions to start. It begins with mindset. Start learning high-income skills. Explore ways to create value at scale. Look for opportunities to earn from systems, not hours. Even rich employees think differently. They negotiate for bonuses, equity, performance pay. They're not just working, they're earning strategically. Because in the end, time is the most valuable currency. The broke sell it cheap. The rich invest it wisely. How they spend money. If you want to understand someone's financial future, don't look at what they earn, look at what they spend on. The broke spend to feel better now. The rich spend to live better later. Let's be clear, both rich and broke people spend money. But the difference lies in intent. Broke spending is emotional and impulsive. New phone they don't need. Weekend getaway they can't afford. Retail therapy after a bad day. It's not that these things are bad, it's that they're prioritized over long-term gain. The broke spend to escape the present. The rich, they spend to build the future. Here's what that looks like. Courses and mentorships instead of gadgets. Tools that increase productivity instead of luxury brands. Assets that generate income instead of liabilities that drain it. The rich ask, will this purchase grow me or my money? The broke ask, how will this make me feel right now? And then there's the big one, lifestyle creep. As income rises, the broke increase their spending just to keep up. New car, bigger house, flashier clothes. But their net worth stays flat or even drops. The rich do the opposite. When their income goes up, they delay upgrading their lifestyle. Instead, they invest the difference. They let their assets buy the luxuries, not their paycheck. A broke guy gets a $5,000 tax refund and heads straight to the mall. A rich-minded person takes the same $5K, buys a vending machine, places it in a school, and creates passive income. In 1 year, that refund turns into a $300 per month cash flow. 10 years later, that's over $30,000. Same money, different mindset, wildly different result. Bottom line? The broke buy to look rich. The rich invest to become rich. One satisfies now. The other builds forever. Relationship with debt. Debt isn't the enemy, misused debt is. Ask a broke person about debt and you'll hear fear, stress, avoidance. They see all debt as bad, something to escape from, not something to understand. But the rich, they don't fear debt, they master it. They use it as a tool, a lever, a way to scale faster than they ever could with cash alone. Let's break it down. The broke mindset. Uses credit cards to buy things they can't afford. Pays interest on things that lose value instantly. Buys liabilities with borrowed money, cars, clothes, gadgets. Focuses on avoiding debt completely, even when smart leverage could help. They take on consumer debt, expensive, high interest, emotionally driven. Result? Their money flows backwards into banks, lenders, and credit cards. The rich mindset. Uses debt to buy assets that generate income, understands interest rates, opportunity cost, and returns. Thinks in terms of ROI, not just repayment. Ever wonder how the wealthy build real estate empires? It's not with cash, it's with debt. Strategic loans, leverage. They let other people's money work for them and then use the profit to reinvest again. Here's a sharp contrast. The broke go into debt for a new iPhone. The rich go into debt for a duplex. One gives them a dopamine hit. The other gives them monthly cash flow. And there's another layer. The rich understand good debt versus bad debt. Bad debt takes money out of your pocket every month. Good debt puts money into your pocket every month. The difference? It's not the loan. It's what you use it for. Here's the takeaway. Avoiding all debt won't make you rich. Learning how to use it wisely might, because money has a cost. And if you know how to borrow it at the right cost for the right reason at the right time, it can be the fuel that accelerates your entire financial future. Time management and delayed gratification. You can lose money and make it back, but time, once it's gone, it's gone. And this is exactly where the mindset gap between rich and broke becomes crystal clear. The broke trade time for entertainment. The rich trade time for elevation. Let's get specific. The broke mindset spends hours binge-watching shows, scrolling endlessly, playing games. Seeks quick rewards, the dopamine hit now instead of the payoff later. Says things like, I deserve this after a hard day, even if it leads to financial setbacks. Their time is reactive, controlled by notifications, temptations, and comfort zones. Now contrast that with the rich. The rich mindset guards their time like gold. Chooses long-term payoff over short-term pleasure. Understands that success is built in quiet, unsexy hours, not in flashy moments. They study instead of stream. Build instead of scroll. Invest hours today to save years tomorrow. Here's a core truth. The rich understand delayed gratification. They're willing to sacrifice comfort now for freedom later. And it's not just about money, it's about momentum. Think about it. The broke say, I'll enjoy now and figure it out later. The rich say, I'll figure it out now so I can enjoy way more later. Small choices compound. 30 minutes a day, learning a skill equals 180 hours a year. That's enough to completely transform your income. Let's bring it home with a quick example. 2 people get home from work. One watches Netflix until midnight. The other spends an hour freelancing, learning a side hustle, or building a business. Repeat that for 3 years and the gap becomes massive. Not just financially, but in confidence, skills, and control. Because while the broke use time to escape, the rich use time to escape being broke. How they handle failure and risk. If you want to know who's going to win financially, watch how they respond to loss. Because here's the brutal truth. Both the rich and the broke face failure. Both experience setbacks. The difference isn't in what happens to them, it's in how they respond. The broke mindset sees failure as proof they're not good enough. Avoids risk because they're afraid to lose what little they have. Gets burned once and says never again. They take it personally. One bad investment, one failed idea, one rejection, and they retreat. The result? They stop trying. And when you stop taking risks, you stop growing. Fear becomes a prison. Comfort becomes the ceiling. And the broke mindset mistakes safety for success. The rich mindset sees failure as feedback, not a verdict. Expects setbacks as part of the process. Doesn't fear risk, they study it, manage it, and use it. Yet, here's what most people miss. The rich take calculated risks, not random gambles, intentional moves with upside. They assess potential loss, prepare, and then take action anyway. And when they fail, they don't spiral. They analyze. What did I miss? What can I improve? What will I do differently next time? That's why wealthy people often have a trail of failures behind their success, because they kept going. Let's visualize it. The broke avoid risk and stay stuck. The rich embrace risk and level up, even if it costs them in the short term. Remember, avoiding failure doesn't guarantee success. But learning from failure can guarantee growth. A broke-minded person loses $1,000 in a failed venture and swears off investing forever. A rich-minded person loses the same amount, learns what went wrong, and uses that lesson to make $10,000 the next time around. Same loss, different mindset, different trajectory. If you want to build wealth, you can't avoid failure. You have to become stronger than it. Now you've seen it. The rich and the broke live in the same world, but they play a completely different game. Not because of how much money they have, but because of how they think. Let's recap the differences. The broke fear money, the rich respect it. The broke trade time for money, the rich build systems to earn while they sleep. The broke spend for status, the rich spend for growth. The broke avoid debt, the rich use it as a tool. The broke seek pleasure now, the rich delay gratification for something greater. The broke fear failure, the rich study it, adapt, and advance. So ask yourself, which mindset have you been living in? And more importantly, which one are you ready to choose now? Because this isn't just theory. This is your real life.
What happens? It becomes a
Your future. Your legacy. The beauty, mindsets aren't permanent. You can choose to shift, to start thinking like someone who builds instead of just survives. And it starts with small changes. Save intentionally. Spend strategically. Invest in knowledge. Learn to love the long game.
happens. It becomes a
If you're ready to escape the cycle of being broke and step into a wealth-building mindset, you've already taken the first step, awareness. Now take action. Like this video, subscribe for more content that rewires your thinking, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Your next level isn't waiting for luck, it's waiting for you to make a move.